Welcome back to Facebook Groups 101. I am Tanya Kubo, a community strategist who believes that if you want a group that is well engaged and is considered useful and important in your members' lives, then you need to have some structure to your group. If your group is content-based, or if you have a lot of content in your group, that structure will come in the form of guides. That's Facebook's language for modules/lessons. So while you can use guides for like curriculum type content, you can also use guides just to organize your content. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we do that. We are in my group for now. And you will see here in my group, right, guides are here at the top. Now, let's just say you didn't have any guides. You could go to group settings and you will scroll down here. Guides right here. So click the pencil and this will allow you to make sure that you have guides enabled. That's the first step. You want to have them enabled. And then if they are enabled, then you'll have that tab up here. And the tab is prominently featured in your mobile device as well. So click on guides and you can see that I have quite a few. And you can actually use this as curriculum where people mark that they are done. Right? You can have progress. You can make some required if you want. You can do all sorts of stuff. So right here is where you would add a description to tell people what they can learn from your guides. I have my guide set simply. My group is kind of a model community for how you structure and run thriving communities. So I have the Start Here guide, which has my welcome video, tells people what to expect, has an explainer for what an online community is, because a lot of people confuse community management with social media management. So I have to explain, like, an online community is not the same as your email list. It's not the same as your followers on your Facebook page. Like, this is what sets it apart. Then I have an explainer on community management versus social media management. I have a little image on like the services we provide. And then I have a meet the team. Now, at one point I had everybody in my agency featured here. That got a little hard to manage. So now I just have me. All right. So that's the Start Here guide. All right, so if somebody does nothing else, they don't know what to do, they join the group, they're like, oh, I'll start here. And then they can go through that and they get some good core information about the group. Then all the other guides are based on problems and solutions. So structure and sustainability is, if you've worked with me for longer than a minute, you know that I believe that every healthy, thriving community starts with strong structure. And strong structure is what leads to sustainability. I am here to ensure that no community leader ever gets burned out again. Yes, I know it is futile to try to fight burnout across the board, but I am doing my best. And so that is what all of the content in this guide is focused on, is either the structure of your community or the sustainability of your community. Because a lot of times, how sustainable your community is depends on the structures that you've set up. So how do you show up without stressing out? How do you build a moderator team? What if you want to leave Facebook, right? How do you migrate to a new platform? How do you choose platforms? Here's a comparison. Do you want to quit your group? Guide 3, building connection, and those are going to go here. So virtual events, the art of community engagement, inclusive community, yada, yada. Guide 4 is all about converting members to buyers. So if you are creating a Facebook group for business purposes and you want to use your Facebook group to grow your business in some way, either more clients, more course students, whatever that may be, this guide is going to have the resources to do that. And then we have the last guide is increased visibility and growth, right? So people will join my group and they'll say, how do I get more members? Well, you get more members through visibility, right? And should you use ads? How do you build partnerships and collaborations? How a particular member is growing their group? How do you create a strong community identity? Because a strong identity is important when it comes to attracting the right people. And then my sixth guide here is just resources. Got some Ask Me Anything sessions. I've got like a couple of debriefs. I have some tutorials walking through other tools that people like, general hacks, and all of that. Guide 7 are some success stories when people share some successes that they've had. I just went ahead and added them into the guide so that they could be referred to later. And then I have a training archive. So my group hasn't always been set up this way. I had other trainings that didn't really fit in easily with those guides. And so those have all been added here. Now, a lot of these say text only. They actually used to be videos. But in April 2025, Facebook decided that they were deleting all live stream video recordings after 30 days. And all of my trainings were initially done as live streams. And part of having this series is, first of all, to teach you the technical way of how to do certain things when it comes to group management, group setup. The second reason we're doing this is so that you know what? None of us controls Facebook. Facebook changes stuff on me, just like they change stuff on you. All of us at some point experience a change in Facebook that makes us feel like the carpet gets pulled out from underneath our feet. But you know what? I'm still here. Despite it all, I'm still here, and I am here to help you.